Welcome back to Slop of the Day, where today we're going to be talking about Duncan Trussell, aka the 51-year-old man LARPing as a 16-year-old that just did psychedelics for the first time. While I did always kind of like Duncan on JRE, he always seemed like a good friend to Joe over the years, and always thought their podcasts were kind of funny and goofy, and especially if they were tripping. But while Duncan has been a free thinker in a sense, of him not letting anyone tell him what to think, or he won't let anyone push a narrative he doesn't believe in, that has changed, of course, because anyone in their position, well, completely changes for money or reputation, which is weird because I thought comedians were the last line of free speech defense.
Problem is, like, where you're kind of in a bit of a bind is that all this human attention has been placed upon you, and you have to wrestle with your identity because people have decided you're one of the magnifying glasses focusing this beam of attention into the world. And so within that is all this room for disaster. It's like, who are those people? And what are they up to? And then you start thinking, see, this is what I think about if I were you. Then you start thinking like, man, I've got this podcast that lots of people listen to. Has it ever happened where maybe some really intelligent person has manipulated me in an attempt to get me to disseminate some kind of information out into the world?
Good luck manipulating me, Duncan Trussell. I'm an American.
You have such a crazy power that if you're not careful, folks from deep, dark wells of perspective are going to infiltrate you.
All those people that are organized, they can come hang out with us. Give me a hug.
You don't want to give them a hug.
So if you haven't seen the elephant graveyard video over Joe Rogan, it's actually amazing and super funny, and a lot of comedians have been talking about it, like Matt and Shane. There was a segment about Duncan, and while it was not as big as the other people, it was a fair one, because the guy Peter Thiel has gotten to where he and Joe Rogan are good friends. He comes on the podcast, and Joe just doesn't fight back with anything he says, while Peter does shady stuff in the background. And the only person who would have said something was Duncan Trussell. Maybe at some point, but that has changed. And he has bent the knee and kissed the ring. The guy who was like anti-big everything, now saying this guy isn't doing anything weird, even though he has all our personal data and is having big military contracts. No, I'm sure he's doing good things with that. But Elephant Graveyard called him out over this, and I think it hit him hard, like really hard.
Here's what's fascinating to me about accusing Peter Thiel of being the Antichrist.
Stuff. He's very much
talking awesome. And it was like totally normal dude, obviously super smart. There didn't feel like there was any kind of like subversive anything, nothing to really be scared of.
depressing. So people say that Peter Thiel is Antichrist, just for argument's sake.
Fucking says that.
You hear that? He's actually getting mad about this.
Argument's sake.
Fucking says that.
The reason Dunk's got to do this is because the comedy czar is actually Pete's friend now. So he had to become a new guy to stay in Joe's circle of power, a shriveled husk of a guy, being fed by the demonic umbilical cord attached to the bowels of the comedy czar from which he can never disengage. He's cooked, finished, and God, look at him, he's just not the same guy. Look in his eyes, it's obvious. Those are suey eyes. Well, that's a confirmed suey for Duncan. Rest in peace, man.
Honestly, that video was so funny. It's bad when people who aren't comedians gotta outshine the comedians to show, hey, y'all fucking suck now. And so Duncan tried to address this, and I guess in a live stream, but he barely addressed it at all and waited till the very end, which is crazy because he himself named the video response to Elephant Graveyard. I mean, clickbait at its finest, but I guess this was his response.
Pangolins. I mean, what are they? They're cute, but are they evil? Kind of like lizards. I remember pangolins. Yeah. That was when I used to play Hollow Knight. I think there were pangolins in there. Can't wait for Silk Song. Should I buy a Switch for that? Seems crazy. Isn't it going to be on PlayStation? They've added a new cake pop at Starbucks. A raccoon. Or something that is trying to be a raccoon. And yet, look at that poor thing's eyes. It's like it knows it's a simulacrum. Always seeking realness. Wanting to be authentic. And yet, doomed to forever be a poor imitation. I'm thinking a lot about doors and walls. A wall without a door sends a message. Okay, pause it there. It says,
so he actually did respond, and you also have to understand as well about the video is that he's pretty much trolling and like not giving any attention and acting like it's a joke and it's all that kind of dumb shit, and it's really just not funny because in my personal opinion, Duncan Trussell is not a comedian. He's not funny at all. I have watched his stand-up. I don't think he's funny. Like, he's just one of those good fucking hippie friends to have around when you're tripping or just smoking or something, because you guys will have good conversation. But beyond that, bro is not that funny. And he's still trying to act like he doesn't know or whatever. And you can look through the chat and see everyone saying suey eyes and all this kind of negative stuff that a person like Duncan Trussell definitely reads. I mean, even look at the way he's dressed. Bro looks like a FBI or a CIA agent now. And the only reason he even said anything, it was because somebody donated it and it was the top like donation or whatever. This is what he says.
Hey, C4864 says, please address the elephant graveyard episode. I'm not sure what that is. Can you send a link? Getting some Harmony Korine vibes. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Aw, man, this is just sad. These jokes are just terrible. If anything, he's coming across very smug. He definitely watched it. It definitely affected him because he can't put out 2 hours of straight comedy. The only good thing I've ever seen from Duncan Trussell is his midnight gospel show, and even then it's carried by the cool visuals. Anyone can have the same stoner hippie thoughts. Like, he really acts like they be talking so deep about stuff. Like me and my friends, and probably you and your friends in high school, after smoking a blunt, we're talking about the same shit. But he's 50, because acting like that is so cool. Anyway, Duncan Trussell has lost the plot, and it's just as bad as his 250 comedy assassin friends. But anyway, that's all the slop I got for you today. Bye.